Don't really easy. First time job.
Skip that.
Yeah, isn't it?
A numpty. I'm putting me on silent because I hate the sound of my own damn voice.
Right, I'm going to put this on mute.
Yeah, mute me.
There we go.
That's
Excellent.
Well, welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Okay.
You shouldn't.
No.
Are you like, what the fuck is she going to ask me, man?
No, that's okay. You can ask whatever you want.
Well, I know all the questions and all the answers to said questions, but since other people don't, and, you know, racism and prejudice is such a hot topic right now, it'd be interesting to see from a different angle. You know, obviously I haven't got those experiences that you have, being a stereotypical boring white bird, as you've got being Asian and Muslim.
Yes.
So I mean, so I got questions written down because you know how freaking useless I am.
Well, it's not being useless. Being organised, that is.
Thank you for the super chat, Jean. I've missed you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. We missed you. We love you. So the first question would be, were you born here? Where were you born?
I was born in Newport at the Lydia Bainin Maternity Hospital.
Do you know that you can get a free a free wedding there now?
Yes, I know.
Jason was born there. I was born at the Gwent. I'm for it.
No, well. I thought it was just a free night's accommodation there.
No, it's actually like a free reception. You have
Really?
to pay for food and all of that, obviously, but the actual premises itself, which is, it's a few £100.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm not going to get married again.
Well,
Been there, done that. Got my foot in that bear trap. Getting back in there now.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Patty. Joanna says, hi, guest.
Hello.
This is Nav. This is my ex-husband. You all know who he is. So, where were your parents born?
They were born in Pakistan.
Which part of Pakistan?
Sort of like middle
Pakistan.
Yeah.
So when they came here, was all your siblings born here?
Yes, they were.
Have you got brothers or sisters?
3 sisters, no brothers.
Well, it's because after you, they didn't want any more boys, just saying.
Yeah, sucks being me, eh?
I'm joking. I like you, really. What was growing up in a home with girls, Muslim girls, what was that like?
Weird, stressful.
Why?
Because they were always picking on me.
Yeah, I see that. But in reality, like being in a stereotypical Muslim home, like I know your mum, I know your sisters, so I know that they are very much into, more so than you, into the Muslim life.
Yeah.
Did you have to do a lot of the chores growing up, or was that left to the girls to do?
Well, I didn't have much in the way of chores to do. They had more than I did. But that doesn't mean to say I didn't help out.
Yeah. You did a lot of the outdoor stuff, correct?
Yeah, more or less.
I think this also goes along is very my household when I was growing up was a lot like that. You know, it was the girls do the cleaning, the cooking, and all of that, the washing up. The boys do the bins, the boys clean the cars, they clean up the yard, they pick the potatoes. And I don't, like, a lot of people think that, oh my God, the men have it so easy in a Muslim house. Would you agree or not?
Well, I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't disagree either. I mean, it all depends on who the parent is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just as an FYI, his children did have chores. Just saying. They both had chores. We'll go to that though. So, like, growing up, you went to a school within the area that you were born, correct?
Correct.
Was there many Muslims in that school?
No, I can't recall there was, but I can't really recall much from that time anyway. So, from what I can recall, there wasn't that many.
I think I was saying this, I think, on a live before. I think you're lucky with who you are, that it really wouldn't have mattered whether you were black, brown, grey, orange, or as Lena says, I'm yellow with orange spots. Anywhere in between, you've got that personality that you would fit in, never mind where it was.
Right. Well, yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I try to fit in. But,
I think it really wouldn't have mattered whether you were a Muslim, whether you were Christian, Baptist, Jewish. Do you know what I mean? You could always fit into your surroundings very well.
Well, yeah. I've always not been comfortable wherever I am. So I don't let it bother me at all.
No, you don't, because like I know I suffer with anxiety and depression. I was way less actually back then than now. I kind of get a feeling how you would feel going into these areas, even though it never stopped you. You still would go and, like buying a house in Badis, the race there is not very many. There's not very many people of color within that. There are more now, but not back then. There wasn't.
Yeah, well, that didn't bother me at all.
No, it didn't. You just got right stuck in with it. You joined the Bettis crew, admit it.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone joining. Hi, Delilah. What am I talking about? Hey, Ria. Hey, Joanna. I hope you are all well. So, growing up, I know, obviously, did you go to the mosque?
Yes, I did. And
did you go there every day after school?
I can't recall whether we did every day or every once a week or twice a week or whatever. I'm not really sure, but I know we did go.
Did your sisters went as well?
Yeah, they were with me, worse luck.
So where do your sisters and you fall in who's the oldest, who's the youngest?
All right. I have an elder sister by 1 year, and then I have one that's younger by 1 year, and then there's another one that's younger by a couple of years.
Are you close to all of them?
Not in particular.
Way, or?
No, not really. I mean, yes, I speak to the younger ones more than I speak to the older one. But she's a bit of a weirdo anyway. So, got to stay away from these weirdos.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Crap.
But we're all nuts in some way, aren't we?
Oh, I agree. Like, it's seriously, like, for me, obviously going into a Muslim area, like with the children, with you, with your ex-wife and all that kind of stuff. Your
You mean the
sisters,
psycho?
yeah, your sisters was, and probably your older sister, she was probably the one that I most feared, even out of your mum,
Why do you fear my eldest sister?
just because she would give them looks, you know, like that teacher look or that grandma look, you know, that you know.
Okay, her look is worse than her bite.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. You're a boy and you're a brother.
She's a dwarf.
So, please, man. No, that was no. No, she was the one out of the group, like the youngers. The younger one. Obviously, I had more of a relationship and a rapport with me because of the similarities.
Yeah, she's nuts, just like me.
Yes, she is, but she's an awesome nut. You're not joking.
Oh, thanks.
I'm
Go
joking.
off people, you know.
Okay, let's go back to the questions. I'm sorry, I'm going off track. So, obviously, growing up in Newport now, Newport is more multicultural. Just, you know, I think there's every race, every religion within there somewhere or another. Did you sort of get up to mischief with others in growing up in your teen years, i.e., you know, drinking, getting into trouble or anything like that? Or was you so fearful of what your parents would say?
No, I get into trouble in my own way. And I didn't need much encouragement. Let's just leave her at that, shall we?
You didn't get into much trouble, guys. Love the interplay between you two. We've known each other a very long time, Patty. Oh, 20 plus years, a lot of years, a lot. So, like, I know, and obviously we've spoken about it on here now, but you were married.
Yes.
Was that a love marriage or an arranged marriage?
It was arranged, definitely. It was more like a shotgun wedding. In fact, I described her to a friend of mine as she looks like her face was on fire and somebody outed it with a shovel.
Don't talk to her about it like that. You're so mean.
Well, yeah. Maybe she wasn't that bad, but no, I did spend 10 years with her.
That's true. And you had 2 beautiful kids from her.
2 wonderful kids.
So that's something.
Yes.
Your wife is named very similar to you, correct?
Yes, unfortunately.
There is just an A.
Yes, this is correct.
Was she going to be your wife from the start? Was it kind of ordained, as they say?
Arranged, yes.
From when she was very young, it was known that she was going to be married to you?
Yes. And I tried to resist as best as I could.
You did. I remember the story. Do you want to share the story, what happened?
No. Well, I stayed there for 8 months. Didn't like any day in there at all. And, well, I was glad to be back when I got back.
Basically, he got taken to Pakistan on the pretense that he was going on a holiday to visit family. He has uncles and aunts out there, cousins, etc. And then told that he wasn't leaving until he was married. Then he took 8 months, high chopper, took 8 months to get home. He was seriously sick when he got home, correct?
Yeah, I was a little bit dehydrated. Had the runs.
Your mum said you were pretty freaking sick when you come home.
Frazzled, more or less.
Frazzled, correct.
That with the heat exhaustion as well, because it was 45 degrees C in the shade when I left.
Oh my God. What about the food difference? Like, I know that, like, your mum will cook and it'll be like, just kind of say like, his mum is the best cook. Like, she makes this rice. I have no fucking idea what's in there, but my God, it's delicious. Okay, it's delicious. I used to take it in a pot to microwave it when I worked in B&Q. Do you remember that?
Mm.
Is to take a big massive pot and people would be like, what have you got there? And I'm like, oh, just rice. I'm like, oh, can I taste? And I'd end up like sharing it out, and my pot would get bigger and bigger and bigger each freaking day of going to work. Hi, Flying Monkey. So you got married, you then sorted the paperwork out for her to come to the UK, correct?
Correct.
So how long did that take between you going home after that 8 months to her arriving?
About a year, I think.
Wow, that's quite a long time. I didn't realise it was that long.
Yeah, I think it was a year. I think I left there in 1989, came back, and 1990, I think, she turned up at some point.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it wasn't long enough.
Don't be mean to her.
Okay.
So your living arrangements when she arrived were?
We were all in one house, family house, where I grew up.
There's the house that he grew up in is a fairly big house. It's, it's like 3 stories, 4 stories.
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't that big. No.
It was. Oh no, that's your mother's house that went like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, so does that one as well.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Bearing in mind, I only went there a few times, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So he lived then with his mum, his dad, his wife, and himself, and then came along your son.
Adam, yes.
So how long after your wife arrived did Smiley come?
A year, I think.
Didn't take much time, did you?
Hey?
Didn't take much time, did you?
No, accidents happen.
You're rude. You're so mean.
Okay.
How long after then did your daughter arrive?
No, that was a few years. That was 1997.
Wow, that is a
little bundle of joy.
She is. She's amazing.
Yeah.
The conversations that I used to have with our child, honest to God, they are bizarre.
I've still got a picture here somewhere. Where is it? Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Just after she was born.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. I remember I got that picture, I think.
I don't think you have, but that's me fast asleep and the baby fast asleep.
I've seen that picture.
Yeah, I know you've seen it.
Have I got it though? Didn't we have that in the album?
Yeah, we did.
All right, okay, that's probably where it was then.
Ended up in a frame. Yeah, Basty's up there. All right.
Flying Monkey said, accidents a surprise like I tell my son.
Yeah.
Right. So your children are born, are they practicing Muslims?
Yeah, I think they're more so than I am.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yes.
Adam definitely, I think, Adam has always been that way. He's always appreciated the religion a lot more and understood the religion a lot more than you, for sure.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Proud dad, look at his smile. The children are amazing kids. Like, honestly, I remember Alina, she was obviously learning how to talk, but at home they were speaking Urdu, and at our house they were speaking English. and she would get them mixed up. So she would say stuff like "dadu." Do you remember?
Yes.
And she couldn't say. She was trying to say a boo and dad, and she just like plumped them both together and decided to just like be "dadu, dadu." It was the cutest thing ever. It was the most adorable, and like her little voice, like she had the most adorable little voice. She was the cutest little thing. So let's go on to the divorce. Why did you get a divorce?
Why did I get divorced? Well, because it was either a case of kill her or leave her, basically. It got to that point where she's become so irritating after 10 years.
I'm going to stick up for her a little bit here. You were no friggin' angel, mate.
Yeah, this is true, but she was so annoying.
I felt bad, like, honest to God, right? I'll tell you a story, right? This is so bad, and please don't judge me. You're going to judge me. Not you. You were there, dickhead. I was in it was like a tiny 1-bedroom flat. And our bedroom had like, there's the living room, and then the bedroom had like shutter doors like this. And we were asleep, and his phone wouldn't stop. Like, I mean it. It kept going. Every couple of minutes, his phone was I got really fucking annoyed. I got really agitated. I didn't know how to turn the stupid thing off. He was asleep, and let me tell you, there's no waking him. Like, there's just no waking him, right? He burnt his leg on a radiator. That's how badly there's no waking him. Then I was like, screw it, I'm going to answer it. She knows who I am. She knows that he's with me. Like, come on. So I answered the phone. I'm like, what? I'm trying to sleep. And she was like, tell my husband to come home. And I'm like, no, he's asleep. He'll see you in the morning. And put the phone down. And she didn't ring back all that night. And I felt so guilty. I had no sleep because I felt so bad. Like, so bad. It was terrible. I'm such a bitch. It was so bad.
I don't remember that.
You was asleep.
I know.
I told you about it the next day.
Yeah. I still can't remember it.
Literally, like, every, 3 minutes, your phone. And you had one of those, Motorola flip ones. And it was on the side, doing this around the fucking side. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to ram that phone somewhere the sun don't shine in a minute. It was the most annoying thing ever. Patty says, how old are your kids now?
Adam's approaching 30. And Alina's something like 23. So, yeah.
That's crazy. That makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Are either of the children married with families of their own?
They're both married. And Alina has kids now.
They're so gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. So how did your family react to me, to you introducing a annoying white bird to the equation?
Well, my father stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether that's a blessing or not. And my mother was like, okay, if you're happy, I'm happy. And sisters were okay about it, I think.
Well, the younger one we didn't talk to until a bit later, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When we went to High Wycombe.
Yeah, but nobody else knew that we went there. So
no.
That was a bonus.
Yeah. That was amazing, though, to celebrate that day, because that day was just so perfect for them. It was just beautiful. Alina is Aleena. Yeah, Newport. I spoke about Newport before. It's a city which is next door to Cardiff in Wales. It's only recently a city, like the last few years. It's large. It's got everything that you need pretty close to hand, which is why up here I struggle with not being able to just walk to Asda or like get a coffee or something, something like that. It was just weird. So you said you have 3 sisters.
Yes.
Was all of their marriages arranged?
The 2 eldest ones, yes. The youngest one, no. She chose her own husband.
And he is a Muslim?
No, he's not. I think more or less he's a Christian. Not 100% sure on that. His name's Al. He's a decent guy. He really is.
He's lovely. And he is a Christian, by the way.
He is he? You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never asked him if it's a religion. I don't want to know either.
Yeah, he's Christian. I remember speaking about it with him. Because
Okay.
he asked me whether I converted. And I was like, well, no, but on the same token is when the children are around, we don't have pork in the house. We don't do certain things when the kids are there that we would do. I wouldn't have alcohol in the house. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing that we wouldn't do.
We did have alcohol in the house, though.
Yeah, but they didn't see it. It was right into the stairs with the guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you remember when Adam got under the stairs?
No, I don't recall that. What happened?
The machete and the fucking tree?
Oh, yeah. I said to him, use the machete. So I was fine.
Oh, fucking shit. I was like, Smiley, put down the fucking knife. That's right. No, put down the knife. Crap.
He's all right with it. He didn't chop his leg off.
I thought it was about Browns as in sister wives.
The what?
I'm sorry, Candice.
I'm sorry, what was that? Hang on.
She thought, because I put growing up Brown in a white world, and she thought I meant about sister wives because their last name is Brown.
Oh, right, okay. Weird.
So
no, not that Brown.
Your wife now, your ex-wife.
The psycho,
now,
yes.
Don't call her that. She's
Well, psycho bitch from hell from which there is no escape.
I don't know who came up with those words at all. I can guarantee you they were never my words. I never once came up with those words.
I did.
Is she remarried?
Yeah, and she split up with him as well.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why? Is
He's
it because
gone.
she's a psycho bitch from hell?
Well, I don't know. I think it was more a case of she kicked him out.
I wonder how Dad's going to feel about that.
Not very good. Apparently, he did jail time as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened? You need to tell me.
I've no idea what happened, but I don't want to know.
I do.
As long as he's out of the equation, I don't care.
Well, as long as he's away from our kids, I suppose.
Exactly. Well,
Is
he's got
this
no
your
influence on him.
Yes, Candice, this is my ex-husband.
Yes.
You say unfortunately, and I'm going to beat the shit into you.
Unfortunately. Come on then. Come on then. Beat me up. 100 miles, you know.
Chinese food. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Flying Monkey. Thank you so much. That's crazy. So tell me how we got to become a couple, because this is what everyone's really interested in.
Why?
They keep asking me.
They keep asking you.
Yeah, because they find it fascinating that this blonde woman with an absolute sailor's mouth was married to a Muslim and in a Muslim family. Guys, I shit you not. I never swore in front of his parents. I covered up. I would wear a hijab or I would wear a sari. I was really good until the end. Then I got quite pissy. Just saying.
Very. So we actually met each other at the garage, didn't we?
We did.
Mm.
You trying to remember?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. How could I forget?
You sat there going, fuck, how did I meet her again? Shite. So we met at the garage.
Yes, I was working outside and I noticed you.
Yeah.
Coming in through the garage door.
That was correct. He had a garage with my ex's ex way back when, like uncle. And they were business partners in a garage because Nav is an auto electrician. So he fixes, now he works on big Volvo trucks. But back then it was MOTs, cars, anything electrical within the vehicle. Anything, to be fair, he can fix. Although if you ask him to fix my car when I have the kids in the car, he'll tell you next weekend. Just saying.
This is true.
You met me in the garage, then what happened?
I remember one time we chatted for, what was it, an hour, maybe 2 on the phone?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the ex turns up.
Oh my God, yeah. So this... So after a few months, his wife clearly knew, like, he wasn't going home. He was going home, like, showering, changing, and coming straight back to mine. It was after the phone call that I just told you about. He was at home with the children, and his wife wanted to come and meet me, which I was okay with. I to a degree, I was okay with. Then I asked my friend Vicky to sit in the bedroom because I was thinking, this bitch is going to come in, give me a slap, which I deserved, by the way, and I was willing to take that slap. But me being me, I know that I would hit back. So I really wanted to, like, control myself. So Chopper says, was it love at first sight? I think it probably was, to be fair.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, I think it probably was, to be fair.
Yeah, I noticed your fine ass.
Oh my God, you're so gross. He's a fat ass now, mate. And so I was like, fine. So I opened the door to his wife, who came to my place. Like I said, I was expecting her to go nuts. Like, I was expecting her to hit me, shout at me, scream at me, all these different things. I opened the door. She stood there with chocolates and flowers. I swear to God. So I'm like, I
told you she's the psycho freak.
I was scared. Okay. So then she comes in, we talk. She asks if I can have him on the weekdays and then she can have him on the weekends. Do you remember that? Her asking her that?
I laughed.
Then she said, well, Navid's home. Come with me. We can go back to mine. The parents, I don't know, where was your mum and dad was away or something. Like,
I have no idea what they were up to.
They were away somewhere though. They were away. Okay, so in the house was just, when we went, there was just Nav and the children. Alina was just a couple of months old. Like, she was really tiny, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't just a couple of months. By that time,
she would have been nappies on. She was still like tiny.
Yeah, she would have been 3.
There's no way she was 3.
Yeah, she was. Around about 3.
No way.
Yeah, way.
She was out of nappies at 3, Nav.
No. Must have been around about 3.
No No, she was in Barry Island and she had fucking sand all in her nappy and Navida had a fucking epi fit.
Yeah, well,
And
it
she
could have been
couldn't walk.
two going on to three, wasn't it?
I don't know if there was even 2, maybe like 12, but whatever. Anyway, so I goes back to his, that he's got a stinking headache because Nav suffers with migraines really badly. If he has a migraine, you literally just got to shut the fuck up, turn the lights out, and leave him the fuck alone. Like, and just let him sleep it off. He gets really, really bad. So we stayed there, then we come back, and then what happens after that? Then we go back and like we just like laugh about it for like the next month because it was just so fucking freaky.
Bizarre, it was. Really
it was
bizarre.
really, really bizarre. Then she started sort of making it a little bit harder with the children because between this point we had bought the house.
That had been what, a year and a half, 2 years down the line after that.
So how old was Alina? Was about 4.
Yeah, she would have been about 4 then.
Because she had Teletubbies. No, not yeah, it was Teletubbies in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And Adam had he had all the luminous stars. He had space.
Yes.
He had space in his bedroom. Wow, she sounds nice. She was way too nice. Because if that was the other way around, now, like if somebody, no, Joe, don't play like that.
Oh, she's definitely a psycho.
She is.
Remember the one time when she smashed my window with her fist?
Yeah.
Yeah. The windscreen, not the side window, the windscreen.
She was weird. How long after you two got divorced did Navida get remarried?
No, I didn't think it'd take too long, to be honest.
Was that arranged? It was, wasn't it? Did your dad arrange that?
I have no idea. I didn't ask the question. I didn't want to know. To be honest.
They had a child after, right?
Yes, they did.
How old's that kid now? The kid's got to be getting on, surely.
Yeah, he's probably around about, 14 by now? I would have thought.
Yeah.
Around about that.
I remember Adam telling me that that she had a kid.
Yes.
I had I was telling Nav a couple of months back, it must have been about a year ago, maybe even longer than that, I had a message off Adam and I still got it because I kept it on my phone just because it was like the cutest thing ever. It was super hard for Adam growing up. Adam, as you heard, he's very much more religious than his father. And even to a point, he's very much got your dad's sort of way about him that he, is very much the Muslim way of no way. Do you know what I mean? Like he's very, very Muslim orientated.
He's got my sense of humor, definitely.
Oh my God, yeah. And he wrote me this big, long message. And was he here? I don't know. Yeah, I must have been here. And I was sat on the bed and tears streaming down my face. And I was breaking my heart. And like Carl came in and was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, woo. I cry, ugly cry. And he'd messaged me and said that he has no resentment towards me. I was a good stepmom. I did everything to make their lives easier and stuff like that. And I was sobbing. I couldn't stop for about 4 hours. It was so cute. I don't know whether he was doing therapy or something. I don't know what he was doing, but it was just the cutest thing ever.
What year was that?
Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to have a look on my old phone. It's on my old phone. It was a while ago.
2008, perhaps?
Yeah, it could have been.
That's about the year that I went to Hajj, Saudi Arabia.
That was going to be our next question.
Yeah, okay.
I bet you were an awesome stepmom, Joe. Not always, Patty. I made some mistakes. I made some mistakes, but I did. I everything I did was for the children. Like anything, I would cook and clean. I would, show them love, discipline them when they needed it. Because I was
Cooking chicken the wrong way around.
put the chicken in the wrong way around. I've learned by cooking. But I definitely tried my best, and I do to this day still love those kids, like with every fiber of my being. They were a huge part of the woman that I became, like being able to be that mum to them, and from to have that different side to what it's like in a non-Muslim home, even though we did try and make it like I wouldn't walk around in a tiny mini skirt or anything like that, around his parents or around his sisters or anything. I would cover up. And so I did try. I think I tried. Do you think I tried? I think I was a good stepmom.
I think you were very trying.
You're a cheeky shit. I'm going to bat you next time I see you. You're an asshole. So you went to Hajj. Can you explain what Hajj is for everyone?
It's a pilgrimage for that every Muslim should in their lifetime go at least once if they can afford to do so. So my mother wanted to go, and the only person who could take her was me. So
explain that, 'cause I don't think people would understand that bit. You need to explain that a little bit more.
Right. In places like Saudi Arabia especially, women are not allowed to go around unaccompanied. So only a husband or a son could accompany her. And since I was the only one, I had to do it. But not had to do it, but I felt obliged to do it, which I did.
What was that like?
It was different.
Did you feel any difference coming back from there being a Muslim?
No, not really.
Closer to that,
It was definitely an eye-opening experience being over there, seeing what it was like, and seeing things around there. I mean, it definitely looked. It wasn't like a European city where you'd have old buildings all over the place, then new ones stuffed in between. It was more like all these new builds all over the place.
Yeah.
And it looked very much like the architecture you would see in America.
Oh, wow.
In other places, but apart from the main mosque stayed exactly as it should be, but it is sort of expanded its walls. It wasn't a small building in the middle. It had expanded over a few acres. So yeah, there was a big place, definitely.
Yeah. What is it big issue with a family or ex that you weren't Muslim? Was it a big issue? I tried my best to not make it an issue. I'm sure that his family would have been more appreciative of me being Muslim, just for not for anything else, just for the children and being brought up in a quote unquote religious home. I on my part, I don't feel it was. I don't know about you. Was it a huge deal for you?
No, it wasn't a huge deal for me at all.
What about you? Do you think it would be for your parents? Do you think me being a Muslim would have been easier on them?
Well, they would have been happier if you were, but I knew that you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Strange.
Because I'm stubborn.
Exactly. And I wouldn't change that.
No, I think I did do things though like that I wouldn't normally. I've shown a picture to you guys before of me and Asari. You got that picture, I think, of us, me, you, Adam and Alina.
Yeah, it's over there somewhere. Yeah, it's over there. you want to see it?
Yeah, go on, grip it.
Okay. 2 seconds.
Okay. I noticed that with the Christmas, I know a lot of don't actually believe every word in the Bible, and a lot of different sects, etc. Is that the same in the Muslim faith? Yeah, I think within the Muslim faith, you got people like
How's that?
bring it closer, the same angle but closer.
There we go. Actually, how's that?
Oh,
Is that better?
So that is, you can see that's Nav, that's Smiley, that's Lena, and that's me in the purple sari. Isn't that cute? I look good in a sari. That was at his mom's wedding.
That is correct.
That was at his mum. So I think like Nav will probably be able to answer this better, but how I see it, you have Muslims that are more adjusted to Western life. So I call them Western Muslims. They will still be a Muslim. They will still believe, in Allah, and they will still, pray. They will do, all the things that a Muslim is meant to do. But they're very much more in their ways about going about life. They don't follow the Sharia law, which is just ridiculous. Not all Muslims think that Sharia law is great. Muslims and Islam is actually a really beautiful religion. It really is. I've read the Quran, and it is really a beautiful. It does not say anywhere in there. To me, it says just as much as it does in a Bible, and I've read both, about nasty things that in the Bible is just as much as in the Quran. She says, I noticed with Christmas, I know a lot of them don't actually believe every word of the Bible, and lots of different sects. Is that the same as the Muslim faith?
Yeah, there are different sects. Some of them take it to the extreme, others don't. I think you have to approach anything that you're given with a certain amount of skepticism on what to believe and what not to believe, and the choice of whether believing or not is up to you.
Yeah, that's a good answer. So then we got Joe. Did you have any issues with dressing up like that in certain occasions, or was it okay with it? Is that disrespectful to not dress like it for a wedding and stuff? Yeah, I wouldn't, just purely as I'm already the odd one out, and there is going to be an imam there, and no women should be like without their scarf in front of an imam. So I wouldn't be, just out of the respect for my husband, my respect for his family, his mum, and for my children, And I remember that day. I don't know if you remember it, but like I had all the clothes laid out. I got his clothes ready. I got Adam's clothes ready, which was easy. It was just their suits. Then mine and Alina's was laid on our bed, and I was going to go with a different color, and I don't know why. I think it looked a bit see-through, and I was a bit concerned. It looked a bit see-through, and I wasn't really feeling it. So I was like, no, I'll go with my purple one because I like that one. It was comfy. It was awesome. And they are actually like wearing them are really, really comfortable. Like, I'm not even kidding. They are super, super comfy. And I had my scarf, and I knew that like the imam was going to be there and stuff. And I remember having Lena set out, and she's doing I don't want to wear that. And I'm like, no, you're wearing it. And she's like, I don't want to. I want to wear my Barbie jeans. I'm like, no, you're not wearing your Barbie jeans. We're going to grandma's wedding. You've got to wear this. And she's like, I'm not wearing it.
Didn't she say at one point she's not going to the mosque?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret ever giving that child opinions. I'm not even kidding. She was adamant. She stamped her foot. I'm not wearing that. I'm like, yeah, you are. No, I'm not. I was like, I'm wearing it as well, look. And she's like, no, you're not, you're fibbing. I was like, I'm wearing it. So I had to get dressed to show her that I was wearing it so that she would wear it. It was, oh my goodness. She was very opinionated, that child. I don't know where she got it from.
It was good fun.
She was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So now in your day-to-day life, do you feel that you are more Muslim than you were before? Like, do you fast? Do you do Ramadan?
No, I never have. Maybe it's because I like food so much. Yeah.
I remember when Adam first wanted to do it.
Yeah, he always does it, mind. To be fair to him, he does
that
it.
first year he asked me, and I was like, no. I think he was like 10 or something, and I was like, no, you're too young. Please wait till next year when you're in high school. You know, just no. And I was so scared for him running around and not having that food and energy, and then I'm having to wait till the sun. I don't know whether you guys know this, but during fasting you don't eat or drink while the sun is up. Obviously it's not everyone's cup of tea, literally everyone don't do it, but it's, you know, you munch loads when the sun is down. And then when the sun is up, you go to work, you know, you do whatever you want. You pray 5 times a day, then you go home as soon as the sun's down, then you eat.
Yeah, something like that.
She sounds like you, Joe, I bet you. She sounds like you, Joe, I bet you had your hands full. Well, you've no idea. God, no idea. She was an absolute she was a little star. She was the funniest little girl. And Adam was so bright and smart. And I remember once we had close friends, Nikki and Phil. So we spent a lot of our time, like if one wasn't at one's house, we were at the other's house. You know, it was very much 2 families joined. And my son and her daughter was very close in age. I think there was only sort of maybe a year between them. There wasn't very much, was there? Between
about a year and a bit.
Yeah, there wasn't very much. And he wanted to stay at Auntie Nikki's, and I was like, okay, no problem. We went home, and then the next day she dropped him off, and he was quiet, and he's always a quiet kid. Like, he was never one to. He wasn't like Alina. Alina was very boisterous. He was very withdrawn and quiet, but you knew what he wanted. And he was extra quiet. And I just remember like thinking there's something wrong. And I asked him, and he was like, no, nothing's wrong. And I'm like, you sure? Like, no. And I remember speaking to Nikki, and this lady had said, not to him, but sort of in ear's view of him, something about being a P. I'm not sure if any of you know what a P, what I'm referring to. And he went and told Natasha not to tell Nikki, his mum, and she went and told Nikki, obviously. And then Nikki went over and like threatened her, and
as she does.
As she does. I was like, oh my God. So do you eat just halal? Halal is just meat that has been killed a certain way just for Muslims.
Yeah, but actually I've stopped eating meat altogether.
You have?
I don't eat meat at all now.
Really? That's shocking.
Yeah, really. Why?
Because I do. It's because you've always liked chicken.
Yeah, I've just totally gone off it. I'm not fussed on it at all. So I just stick to veggie stuff now.
I like vegetables, mind. I don't know if I could be a veggie, but I don't really care whether I have meat on my plate or not. As long as I got white cabbage and vegetables, I'm good.
Yeah. Fat in powder.
So let's go to the drinking alcohol.
Yes.
We all know that Muslims are not meant to drink alcohol.
Yes.
Mr. Anwar,
Yes.
do you
Possibly,
drink?
maybe, definitely unsure.
Mr. Someone likes Baileys.
Yes, this is true.
A lot.
Okay. There are a few occasions where I've had a lot, but yeah.
It's not a car.
Okay. Yeah. Just a little bit, perhaps. And when I get to Glastonbury, it's a lot.
He loves Glastonbury. That's his one time a year. It's a music festival here in the UK. There's lots of like really, really high profile celebrity singers, bands that go there. It's a huge deal. Glastonbury's been for forever. Like I don't even remember
50
it.
years it's been going.
Yeah, it's like
50
huge
years.
deal. And that's now sort of like come down.
Go-to place, my happy place.
That is your happy place, yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna get a drink. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. What are we gonna do?
I need a drink. All right, baby.
It's all right. I'm just reading the comments up by here.
That's fine. You can do that. So, tell me something that you remember about me.
About you.
Tell me a story about me. Anything. It doesn't really matter.
Oh gosh, what can I say? That hair. Remember the honey blonde hair?
Why on God's green earth?
Yeah. Remember the incident with the Mars bar in the car? You said, I got a present for you. Pulls out the Mars bar. And I said, open the glove box.
I do remember that, actually.
And there was another Mars bar.
That was funny. That was actually funny. That was hilarious. That was a good one.
Yeah. Incidentally, I've had to give up all sugar as well.
Why?
Because that's been giving me headaches as well.
Well, does the coffee, like not enough caffeine, still give you headaches?
Yeah, but I cut down on coffee. Well, say cut down. I only have about 4 cups a day now.
Oh my God, I need more than that.
Yeah, so I've tried to cut down on coffee. Can't have sugar anymore. At all. It just gives me headaches. So no chocolate, no nothing. Sad.
Would your parents get mad if you drank in front of them or at a wedding? At a Muslim wedding, there is no alcohol. It's just soft drinks, tea, coffee, food, and lots and lots and lots of food. So there wouldn't be any, and he certainly wouldn't drink in front of his parents.
Absolutely. Out of question.
His mum would still get up and punch him in the face.
Yes, this is true.
Beat him. Beat him, Gerd.
Yes.
You can ask some questions, guys, if you want to. We can have some question time. We all need to release once in a while. Very true, Flying Monkey. He is definitely, that's his release, is going to Glastonbury and having that time that you can just chill.
And going airsofting as well. That's a good release.
I saw on the pictures that went with you. Was it Shada?
Ooh.
Went to Glastonbury.
Nikki's been with me.
Oh, she?
Yeah. And Shada got me in there.
Oh, yeah, because that's right. Yeah, because Shada was doing the...
Yeah, she was doing it, and then she managed to rope me into it, 2008. So, glad for that. And my profile picture on Facebook is the first concert I was there in 2008. Me, my sister, and her friend. jumping up and down to Fatboy Slim, which was cool. And that is my Facebook profile picture.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad that you go there. I think it does. You work really hard. You really do. And you've always been a super hard worker. So, you know, I'm glad that you got that sort of release, I suppose, that.
Something to look forward to, yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
are you dating anybody?
Who, me?
Yes, you. Well, not me.
Hell no.
Why?
Because I just don't want to.
I know, but I'm like...
Footloose and fancy free.
Yeah, but I worry. I think you should get married. Like, you should
Absolutely not. Out
Oh,
of the question.
at least have like a long-term relationship so you're not alone. Don't you miss cuddling?
No.
You're such a liar. You're a liar. I can tell
Why?
when you're lying.
How can you tell?
'Cause
Don't tell me. My lips are moving.
I know how much you like cuddling, and I know that you'd miss cuddling.
Yeah, okay.
Not the sex part or anything like that, just the cuddling part. I know how much you like cuddling.
What about
You
the
love
tying
the
up
good
part?
touch.
Yeah, okay.
See?
Possibly, maybe.
Have you been busy during lockdown, Nav? What are your hobbies?
Anything I can put my hand to is normally my hobby. I like tinkering with stuff. I built that during lockdown. Just assembled it and put it together and got lots of bits to throw into it and all the lights. So that was my little project. And then that thing there is another project, which is just trying to get it working right. And I got a few little projects going on.
Is one of them like trying to find a missus?
Absolutely not.
Come on, you're bound to have somebody. There may be somebody. Come on
What?
now.
What do you mean bound to be somebody?
But one of your shag buddies bound to be like nice enough to settle down with.
Absolutely not.
Why? I worry.
Hey?
I worry.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
No, but then it's not the same. Like you should have a nice wife that I can like vet and make sure that she's all right, so I don't have to punch her in the face later.
Well, you're going to punch her in the face anyway.
Well, that's probably true. They'll probably do something to piss me off.
No, I'm happy on my own.
You're annoying. Marriage isn't the answer for everyone. No, it's not, Ria. I just worry because he's been a huge part of my life for many, many years, and I just want him to be happy and content. But if he's happy and content alone, then okay, who am I to judge? With kosher, it's lots about the way that they are slaughtered, the animals, both health reasons and respecting the animal's life. Yeah, halal is a certain way as well.
It's more or less the same because when they actually cull the animal, they irrigate the veins. Even though that may sound horrific, it's actually cleaning out the arteries from the animal so that any diseases in the blood won't stay there. It's actually flushed out.
Like, I prefer halal. I've always preferred halal. If I had choice between getting a chicken and a halal, I would always pay the extra for the halal chicken just because I prefer it.
It does taste different.
It does. It tastes so much nicer. And especially chickens. I don't know what's going on with like chickens at the moment. They're just so bad. Like they like, I don't know, like they just got like a icky feel to them. I would go to halal more than normal. What's the screen in the background blinking the colours? That's his computer tower. That's his tower. Oh my gosh, Paul and I have two exes who have to approve.
The one I don't speak to at all.
Do you not have any communications at all with her now?
Not any communication at all.
As the kids are older now, you really don't need to.
Well, even when I needed to, I didn't.
Mm. She loves beef. Like a whole little.
She does.
He looks like he's enjoying his life, Joe. Don't force him. I know I'm going to arrange marriage for him. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I'm with you. Let him choose his life and be free. I think that's probably what it is, because he did get forced into a marriage that wasn't love, and it kind of ended so badly. And the children suffered because of how it ended so badly, you know? Like, there was loads of occasions that we were meant to have the children and she wouldn't let us. Then we had the kids and she would phone the police. You know, it would always be something equally as stupid that she would just try and one up on us, which is just ridiculous. And it's like, you're hurting the children, you know? I'm beginning to think Nav and my husband had the same first wife.
Possibly. Yeah.
It's just, I think with, not all arranged marriages, obviously some of them work. There are ones out there that, they grow to love each other and they have a really healthy relationship. Nav is not one that really needs or should be forced to do everything. You can see he's not one. He's really not. He is not the one. You have to go about it a bit different to get Nav to do what you want. You can't exactly just say, go and do it. Doesn't work. It does not work at all. Yep, same woman. Right? It is for sure. It is for sure. That's crazy. Do you see your mum very often?
Yeah, all the time.
Is she healthy?
Yeah, she recently had cataracts done.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, actually about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. So she's still recovering from that. And yeah, I see her every day because we live in the same house.
Is she still in the same place?
Yes, she is.
I love that house.
Yeah, it's a big old house. Cold house, but big.
It is big. It is a big old house. You have to go, his mum sort of made the downstairs like her living quarters. So as you walk through the door, you've got she's got one living room, which is like where you would take if the imam came during the proper living room. Then you've got her bedroom with an ensuite, and then you've got the normal living room, TV room where everybody would gather, and then the far back you've got the kitchen, and then you go up the first lot of stairs, and then it sort of goes off. But the front bedroom is fucking enormous, such a big bedroom.
She has had that partitioned off now.
Has she?
Yes.
I don't blame her. That was a massive room. That was our room.
Yep.
That was a massive room. It was hard to keep warm because of it being so big. It's really, Have I missed any questions?
I don't know.
John's laughing. Everyone's laughing at flying. Yeah, poor Flying Monkey's husband and poor Nav has psycho exes.
Unavoidable.
You got 2 psycho exes, because I made much better, to be fair. Although I keep my nose out.
I don't know. You're a bit more reasonable, I think.
Barely. Just barely.
Right, come on then. What's the next question?
Okay, so the final question is the final. Then we'll take any questions, but I think there's no more questions. Where you work now, are you the only Asian there?
Yes, I am. Have been for quite a long time now. 16 years now. Been in the same place. Actually, could be more than that. Coming up to 17 now.
God,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I've been there a while.
I just like, yeah, God, I didn't realize that, but yeah, it's before I moved, way before I moved here. I've been here 10
I know
years.
what you should say.
What?
Tell them all about when we were in the job centre.
Oh my God. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know where a job center is. A job center is where you go, they'll put jobs up, like, so if you're looking for a job, you can go there and sort of go through the posts. It's all computerized now, but back then it was all on like boards. So you like read through the boards and see if there's any jobs that you like. So I was reading through it, and Nav had wandered to sort of the back of me, but facing the other way, looking at this other board. So I sort of look at him and he's giggling, and Nav's got a loud laugh, guys, like a loud laugh. So I'm like looking at him, I'm like, what? He's like, I could do that. Right. So I look over, I read the post, and the post says, like, basically it's the police are looking for people to do lineups, okay? So they're looking just to pay random people to do these lines up. They're looking for somebody, his weight, his height, his hair color, but white. Okay, and I sort of look at him and I'm like, no, you can't. And he's like, why? I'm like, because they're looking for somebody white. The top of his fucking voice, this fucking man here turns around in the middle of the job centre, wears chocolate block, and went, what? You mean I'm not white? Why didn't you tell me? Everybody's pissing themselves laughing. I'm dying. I'm going bright red now at this point. I am fucking dying. And he's just there like laughing so hard. Everyone around is giggling to themselves, and he's going, but when were you going to tell me that I wasn't white? Oh my God. I didn't know all this time that I was Asian. It was bad. I died. I was red, like honest to God. Beetroot red. It was the funniest thing. But I literally looked, I was like, no, you can't. And he's like, why? I'm like, because they're looking for white people. And they went, what? I'm not white. When were you going to tell me? I was like, oh my God. That's the funny. I still tell that story to people. Like literally still tell that to people. It is the funniest story. Dying.
It was funny at the time.
Because it couldn't have just worked any better, that the person literally had your hair color, your height, your like structure. And then it was like, but the only difference was that they were white. And Nav, I'm afraid to tell you, you're not white, dude. You think you are, but you're not.
Okay.
Nav's not white. See, I knew there was a reason I like Chinese food.
Okay.
Oh my God, that was funny. That was the funniest thing. That was hilarious. I nearly died at that. Honest to God, that was funny. There was lots of good stories like that. If I stop there.
Okay. You're still buying that?
Yeah. Not as often. It's no fun when you've got no one to half the cost with Nikki. Like, she'd buy some, I'd buy some, and then we'd read them and switch. It's no fun when you've got nobody to buy the other half of them.
Yeah.
It's an expensive damn hobby. It's like, no. What I was telling them, do you remember when I think it was in Betis, and you were fixing a car for somebody. I think you were putting a stereo in from recollection, and this bloke used the P word, and I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, what? I'm like, He's like, oh yeah, but he ain't he's a Tafistani. Do you remember that?
Yeah, my boss always used to call me a Tafistani. My old boss, that was.
Because
Passed
Taffy.
away, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, quite a while ago now.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Taffy is Welsh. It means you're Welsh, Taffy. And instead of saying a Pakistani, and people shorten it to as a slur in the UK, they take the Stani off and just use that word, which I hate. I hate. Like, I hate it. Really, really bad. Like, really, really bad. And so they put the Taffy on there. So a Welsh Pakistani, a Welsh Stani, a Tafistani. It's good. Patty, hey Streamlabs, haven't seen you in a while either. No, I was thinking we were all being punished. I don't know why. Streamlabs is being nice, Patty. Don't judge it, okay? Like, come on now. You know it'll start being a bitch any minute and start like saying you are going to be timed out for a minute for saying putting a dot in. How dare you? How already dare you? My Streamlabs, I don't know why, but if you like, sometimes if you're doing a sentence and you put a full stop in or something else, it'll always like say, please stop spamming. And it's like
Spamming?
Yeah, I wasn't. And it like it like cuts them out for like a friggin' minute. So have you been working through the
Yes,
pandemic?
all the way through.
Has your mum been sort of worried about the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so. She's been indoors mainly all the time. But I've been out every day working.
Is anybody in your office, not office, in your yard got it?
No, nobody had it, apart from the apprentice. And he was off for a week, was it a week, maybe two, with it. But yeah, he's the only one.
Jamie and Tammy were on lockdown for 10 and 14 days because Michael had it.
Okay.
He didn't really have much. When I asked him, he said that his chest was hurting, but he got asthma like me. So I gathered that was like his breath. And he said one side of his throat hurts. I said, it's okay, kid, eat on the other side. He went, yeah, okay, Auntie Jojo.
Yeah.
That's okay, Auntie Jojo. It's like, yeah, just eat on the other side. Love him. Yeah, so they were locked down for, he was allowed it after 10 days, but like he's a baby. He's not exactly going to be going anywhere by himself, is he? But Tammy and Jamie and Casey had to lock down for 14 days. It killed them both. I was surprised that they didn't. I'm surprised that they both walked out and not one come out in a body bag and one in handcuffs. I don't know which one was going to be which either, just because they're just so not used to being together 24/7.
Yeah.
And like they've only got like a 3-bed house. You can't really escape too far. They only smoke in the out. Like they've got like a kitchen, and then beyond the kitchen is like a little conservatory, and they smoke there, obviously because of the children. And so they spent a lot of time in there. But Jamie just was like, I need you to go to the shop and I need you to buy me this game. I was like, okay. And Mike had to celebrate his birthday in lockdown as well. It was just before Christmas. Nice. I know his birthday's on the 1st of December, and he had to spend his birthday in lockdown. We went there and he was in the window like waving. I don't normally buy, you know, the cards that you can spend online. What are they called?
Yeah.
Cards. I don't know.
Yeah, is it or something like that?
Yeah, I don't normally like. I don't normally buy them because I think they're a waste of freaking money. Like what? So you can buy a fucking tank? Like no, just no. But I did actually buy them both the children. Like,
my birthday was boring this year. Not seeing anybody, not going anywhere.
Being fucking locked down. Being bored. I've been like, it hasn't been so bad for me, if I'm honest, just because I don't mind being locked down. And I'm used to being with Carl 24/7. So it doesn't bother us being on lockdown. It's nice not having anyone come into the house.
Yeah.
But I'm antisocial. So
Mm.
it's nice. But you don't really get that. Like, if I go back to Betty's or something like that, and I go to like Marianne's house or something, like I'll be in Sissy's house and there's like Piccadilly fucking Circus in and out, in and out, in and out. I can't even. The thought of that gives me anxiety.
Mm.
Literally
Weird.
gives me anxiety.
I know what works well for that sort of situation.
Well,
Stun
lucky
gun.
yeah, that would be Carl's option. That would. My grandson went back to school in January and he loves it. Aww. I feel so sorry for the children. Like, especially like the little ones, because now they're going to be that extra year that they're going to have to try and make friends. And then you've got like the older ones, then I feel really sorry for. They're missing their graduation, their proms, and it's a huge deal, isn't it? Proms and all nowadays. Like, it wasn't then. I had my first vaccine yesterday. How do you feel, Patty? Are you going to have the vaccine?
No.
I'm still like, it depends on what day you ask me to whether I'm say yes or no.
I've not had any flu jabs at all. I don't have flu jabs, and I'm not planning on getting the vaccine either.
I saw a TikTok earlier that kind of made me tickle, and it was about the vaccines, and there was a girl saying, you should be careful with the vaccine. You just don't know what's in there. And then sort of transferred to the same girl dressed differently. And she said, bitch, please. She said, I took a blue pill from somebody's bag and we didn't know what it was in 2001. I woke up 3 days later in Tennessee. We're in the same clothes. I'm not scared of no jab. I was like...
Yeah, getting high and having a jab are two different things, though.
Yeah. He's in kindergarten, so he's finally getting the experience. My granddaughter's back on April the 12th. They're taking they are talking year-round school. It's been like someone's punched me in the arm, but otherwise fine. I'm still not sure about it. Like, I have to have my flu jab, and I do have my pneumonia jab.
Do you have to have that flu jab?
They recommend it because of my asthma.
Right.
And when I had the flu a couple of years ago, and it was bad. It was bad night. And since having the flu jab, I haven't had that. But back in March of last year, it says on my records, which I didn't know until just recently, it said COVID ? Because the tests weren't up here then. But
right.
I was, now you know what I'm like with doctors and hospitals. I'm not going. Like, simple as, I'm not going. Like, no. But like, Carl looks at me and he was like, baby, you look really bad. He's like, do you want me to phone an ambulance? And I said yes. And that just like freaked him out then, because he's like, oh my God, she said yes, which just completely wiped him. And he was like shaking and scared. When they did my oxygen levels, my oxygen had got down to 92. I could not breathe. They put me on oxygen. They got my oxygen levels back up. But I was in and out there like 3 times in all. I couldn't talk. I couldn't even catch my breath enough to say, like,
was that in 2019?
Yeah. That's why they
put
it was rough. I couldn't breathe. They did a CT and did like a dye through me to check my lungs, and 80% of my lung was infected.
Yeah, it's fluid filled.
Yeah, it was just bad. I couldn't breathe. It was awful. But it took me weeks and weeks to get over it. And I was using, do you know those electric heat pads for your back that you plug in? No. Let me show you what I did.
This will be entertaining.
I can't remember which phone I took it on, actually.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
It might be my old one. I just got a new one recently.
Oh, yeah. Nice and blingy.
Of course,
that's a 12 Pro, isn't it?
No, no, it's
It looks like a 12 Pro.
Samsung S something, S12.
Oh,
maybe?
yes, the Samsung version. Yes, okay.
It's pretty.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God, I was using this all the time just to try and like stop my back. Hang on. Here, you guys are just gonna have to deal with seeing my tattoos.
Can't see it. Oh, that looks nasty.
That's on my back. Hang on, let me turn my thing off.
No, bit brighter then.
Hang on. No, that's not working, is it?
No, it's not working.
I'm trying to
Send it in a message.
Yeah, I'll send it in a message. Yeah, it was. Oh my God. Yeah, it was. Let me share it and I'll send it. And you can see it. But I burnt all of my freaking back from it. It was like, oh my fuck, this camera is a piece of shit. Okay.
Autofocus is gone, is it?
Yeah, it's crap. It's fine. We'll be getting off in a minute.
Zoom in a minute. Don't worry.
But I
It'll
can't.
sort itself out.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. That's nasty.
Yeah. Still there.
Hmm.
The scarring is still frigging there on there. It's ridiculous. But I was here and I was saying like my back's hurting, and our friend's around the corner. She's a nurse from Broadmoor. She used to work in Broadmoor.
Right.
And I went around to her and was like, will you look at my back? And she's like, what have you done? And I was like, well, you know that heater I bought you? And she was like, yeah, it's great. I'm like, do you use it properly? And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, well, I don't. I've been leaving it on like 24/7. And look, she was like, holy fuck, you're going to have to go to the doctors. I was like, oops. And I went in and Dr. Gammon was like, Joe, what did you do? And I told her, she was like, I can't with you. She said, I just can't.
Weird. Anyway, we're going off topic, aren't we?
Yes, we are. But that's pretty much all my questions. Is there anything else you could like think of made it any difficult growing up a different color and a different religion in what I'm not going to even say that it is still now a Christian based country, because I don't think it is. I think we've
It's
just
definitely multicultural.
Yeah, but when you were growing up, it wasn't.
See, when I was growing up, things were different for me, I think, more than the others, whether they be Asian or not. I've always felt that I don't belong in a certain group, and I still think I don't belong in a certain group. So I don't sort of fit in with the Asians. I don't fit in with anybody else. I'm sort of there in the middle, doing my own thing, which I'm comfortable with, I'm happy with.
I heard somebody say once, and I think it's actually for a lot of people. I feel they were Asian, they were from Pakistan, and they were born in Pakistan, but came to the UK. I think he said like he was 3 or something, and he just said the same sort of principle as what you were just saying. Then he doesn't belong with the whites, but he's too Western for the Muslims, so he belongs on an airplane somewhere in the middle.
No, I don't think it's too westernized or anything. I think the mindset is in a totally different place to what most Asians are. It's also in a totally different place to what non-Asians are.
Elaborate.
It's like in between, if you like. I'm
So
neither.
it's too Western. You're not too Western for Muslims.
Yeah.
But you feel too Muslim for white.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I think that's a unique perspective on things, and I don't particularly want to be changing that.
Yeah, I understand where I get it. I get it.
Mm.
But I think you, as a person, has got so much more to offer than just the color of your skin or your religion.
Hmm.
As a person, like as a friend, as a, you know, as a work colleague and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bye, Joanna. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. You said nice to meet you, Nav. I'm gonna go now. Bye, Joanna. Love you. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Do you think that a lot, because I watch a lot of jihadi stuff because it fascinates me, absolutely fascinates me.
Why does it fascinate you?
Just not so much the jihadi part. The part that fascinates me is somebody being born, say, here in the States, in not a third world country, you know, having every opportunity at your fingertips. In principle, I know that's not the case in general, but in principle, like if you work hard, or you know what I mean, you have all these opportunities, and for that, then somebody to go to Syria or Iran or Iraq and fight in the name of Allah. You know, I watched this one, and they called him Jihadi Jake. I don't know if you watched it. He's
Right.
from
Isn't he the one from Australia?
yeah.
Yes, I've seen him.
It broke my heart that this lad, you know, found this religion and was so happy. Like he had found something. He had found that, you know, that Muslim, the brotherhood and all of that. And he genuinely happy. And then he goes to, you know, he goes over to Syria. I think it was Syria. It might be somewhere else, actually. It might be Syria. And he
It
gets...
was Syria.
Yeah, and he, you know, he's in a friggin', gets put in a car with bombs, and, you know, he's like, alhamdulillah, and I'm, what on God's green earth, dude? That's the part that I don't understand, is that going from here to there, that's the part that fascinates me.
Right. The thing is, with the mindset like that, the ones who normally preach that sort of thing are normally headstrong, and they know which direction to push. They prey on the ones who have weak mindset and are unable to think for themselves. So they are prey on them. They give them all these lines from the Quran that are false.
Yeah.
But there is actually a line in the Quran that says, to save one person is like to save humanity and all mankind. To kill one person is like you're killing all of mankind, and those sins will be upon you.
Yeah.
So I don't think they sort of preach that bit to them when they're filling them their heads full of these hate theories when they're trying to get them to go out and fight.
Exactly.
So they're wrong for doing that, and you know, I can't go along with that at all. But they are influenced by outside forces outside of that religion as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually going to go into it now, but I, through my research on different things, finding different things on the internet, going into it a little bit more, I found other things that link to that. And so it's all interlinked. It's all pushing in one direction.
Yeah.
Even though it's not.
And I think it's sad that they genuinely think they're, you know, they feel they're not, in their heads, they're not going there to be this martyr. They're really not. They feel they're going there to help the Muslim people that's being attacked by our people over here. and they're just being sort of seen all this thing, and they think they're helping these other Muslims, they're helping their brothers and sisters, they're helping their families, and then it's only the strong survive.
Can I interrupt you a minute?
Yeah.
I would say when they're in Syria, they're not actually helping other Muslims.
No, they're not.
They're out there for themselves, doing their own thing, and in fact pillaging.
But that's what they think they're doing.
That's what they think they're doing, but they're actually not doing it.
Of course not.
They've gone totally the opposite direction. They are just free for all, basically, while they're over there.
Well, it's who could be. It's like, you know, you got Al-Shabaab, you know, that's over. I think they're more West Africa way. But like, you know, Al-Shabaab in comparison to Jihads are actually so way worse in what they're doing and what they believe in is insane. Have you watched on YouTube? It's called let me get it and I'll show you. I'll show you. You'll cut it up. Right, let me put it on. Oh, why can't I get that on? Right, hang on. So I can't get it on because I've got verification. It's called The Jihad's Next Door. You have to watch this documentary.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
That's a weird thing.
It's basically it's London. It's following a group of Muslims from London who wants to live on a Sharia law country. Okay, they've had their passports taken off them. One of these boys in this thing was he was like a main speaker, like, which is great because he was actually an amazing speaker. He like could read off the Quran literally without even the Quran in front of him. He was like a huge scholar, and he went on to be Jihadi John.
Yes. Yeah.
I told
know
you.
that guy. Yeah. It's not the dumb thing that he did. I mean, I can't understand why he would do it if he's read the Quran throughout and read it properly. It's just not right.
No, I agree.
And but if he felt that strongly, he shouldn't have gone to Syria. He should have gone somewhere like Iran, where they actually would have showed him the right way.
Yeah, I agree. You're cutting up.
Am I?
Yeah.
You sure it's not your signal?
It could be. It could be mine. Probably is. Our signal here is sucky.
Yeah. Well, the signals here is not too bad, actually.
From what I've learned from my friends who are Muslim, it is actually a religion of peace, love, and not hate and murder. 100%, Fly Monkey. You are absolutely right. It is. There's nothing in there, like Nav just said a bit from the Quran. There's nothing in there, you know. If you go onto YouTube, write in what did I write in? Write in parents who forgave murderers, right? And you'll see every single one of those who are in the courtroom, right? They stood there and they're saying, "You killed my son. You, at your hands, my son was killed. But I love you and I want the best for you. And our religion shows love and support. And I hope that you get somewhere in life. You know, I'm not sure I would be okay with that. I'm not sure I would do that. If somebody killed one of my kids, no. But every single one of these people that stood up and was like, you know, I love you, please do better in life, do better, do this, do that. Every single one of them are Muslims.
Was that in New Zealand?
There was just recently, just a load of them, just recently, literally. I was literally just watching them now on where is it? I was literally just so you got like this. It's called a Muslim man literally like hugging and forgiving his son's killer, and there's a few of them. A Muslim woman forgiving the killer that killed her son. What you drinking, Nav? Somebody said what?
This is like orange stuff. It's not fizzy. It's actually That's what it is.
That's what it is. It is. Fighting peace is like a fucking fucking fudge virginity, right?
What, sorry?
They put fighting for peace is like effing for virginity. It's true. It is true. It's just I don't know. I like all of these kinds of stuff because I like to know. Like, do you remember Jason's wife from Cardiff?
Yeah.
You remember her daughter?
Yes.
She went to school with the Cardiff boy who went and joined Jihad.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And she was just like, he was so nice. He was the nicest boy ever in school. He was so polite. He was, you know, very loving and caring to people. And it was insane. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
But they're saying like
insane.
Yeah, but it's not, and I really want to put this across to people, it's not the mosques that are doing this. Like, it really is not the mosques that are putting this shit in kids' heads. It's really not. The mosques, the people within the mosques, it's not. It's this. It's online. These people can be anywhere, type in this shit and putting this crap into our kids' heads.
Yes.
I think a lot of people think that it's the mosque. And it really isn't the mosque.
No, most mosques don't actually preach that sort of crap.
No.
And the ones who do, they normally get somebody in the congregation answering back and saying that's wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get off. We've been on for like an hour and 45 minutes. Thank you so much for coming on and answering my questions that I already knew the answer to, but it's fun to say it anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And I'll message you in a little minute. I'm just going to do the bins because it's our bin day, and then I'll message you.
Okay, no worries.
All right then. I shall speak to you later.
All right, later. Have fun.
Bye.
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 Right, guys, I'm going to get off as well, and I shall speak to you later. And thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for the super chats, and I appreciate you all. So, bye, guys. Love ya.